All right. So thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to bring to your attention something that I found out about regression analysis tables in Excel, specifically dealing with the correlation coefficient. Um, so if you remember, and I'm just going to pull this up real quick, our correlation coefficient. It can range from a value of -1 to +1. And if we get a negative value, what that indicates is that we have an inverse relationship between our two variables. And what we mean by an inverse relationship is that as one variable increases, the other one decreases. So, what we get with a negative correlation is a downward sloping line. So we can recognize negative correlation either by doing a scatter diagram and inserting the trend line. If our trend line is downward sloping, we know that we have a negative correlation. Also, if we look at our equation for the linear regression, so our linear regression equation, if the slope is negative, that means that we have negative correlation as well between our two variables. And the reason I bring this up is because I'm going to bring you through an example because we never did an example in Excel with variables that have a negative correlation or an inverse relationship. So, um, this is what I wanted to show you. Say we've got our x values that are increasing, and as our x values increase, our y values decrease. Um, so I'm going to create first a scatter diagram. So I'm just going to select all my data, go to Insert, grab my scatter diagram. Perfect. And then I'm just going to insert the trend line. Perfect. And we can see our trend line is negatively skewed. It's got a negative slope or downward slope. So, whoops, there it is. I'm just going to insert the equation. Awesome. Let's just make that a little bigger so everyone can see it. All right. So we can see we've got a downward sloping line and our slope is negative. This tells us that we've got um, negative correlation. So when we do our table, our regression analysis table, remember, just go to data, data analysis. You're going to select regression and hit OK. Select your Y values, then your X values. I did include the labels, so I'm going to check off the box for labels. And then output range, I'm just going to select A15 here and hit OK. Whoops. Try that again. Oh, I must have selected something wrong. Yes, I missed one of my selections and why. That's why. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, so now that I hit OK and I create my regression table, we can see this is our correlation coefficient right here. I'm just highlighting it. Um, but it comes out as a positive number, not a negative number. So uh, when we do use the regression analysis table in Excel, and we're looking at the correlation coefficient, if we have a downward sloping line which is also going to be an indication of a negative slope. And we can even look at our table. We can see right here that value right below our intercept, that value is our slope. If that's negative, we need to insert a negative in front of our correlation coefficient. So in this example, our correlation coefficient, let me just format that a little bit nicer. Wrap text. Perfect. So our correlation coefficient here is negative 0.964. So we just have to manually input the negative for our correlation coefficient if we have an inverse relationship or a negative slope, downward trending line. Those are all indications that our correlation is actually negative, and so we need to insert the negative there. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. As I said, I just discovered this in Excel. So I do apologize for not bringing it up in class, but hopefully that helps. If you do have any questions, as always, feel free to contact me and I will help you out. Hope that's been helpful. Have yourselves a great day and take care.